Hello everyone and welcome back to another day of 11.9, yet another day. Day 5, and we're actually almost done with 11.9. This is our very last day. So far we've been solving equations that have square roots in them. We've also been solving equations that have things that are squared, and so far it's only been x squareds. So far we've only seen x squareds. But we are going to add when something else is squared. So that's what we're going to do today. We have one little piece left to add to our 11.9. So our essential question is, can I solve equations? And hopefully at this point you'd say, yeah, I can. But can you solve equations with an expression squared? And let's see what we've done previous and what this is going to look like. So far we've done something that looks like this. X squared is equal to 25. What could x possibly be? When we get the x squared by itself, which it already is, you would square root both sides. That would eliminate the square ring, and that would turn into plus or minus 5. What you are doing today is not a new topic. We're just going to look and see what happens if it's not just x. What if it is something like this? X plus 3 squared is equal to 25. So let's look at the similarities and differences. Instead of just an x squared, that's an x plus 3 squared is equal to 25. And you're going to solve using the same steps as we did in our previous days. You need to get whatever is being squared alone. Did you do that? Yes, it's all by itself. There's nothing else over there. You cannot subtract 3 right now. You need 2 before you do anything. Square root both sides. Do not subtract 3. Did I say that again? Do not subtract 3. You need to square root both sides. That goes away. And you are left with x plus 3 is equal to plus or minus 5. Look at same exact process. The only difference is there's now an expression. Remember, like x plus 3 is an expression. It's a part of an equation. X plus 3 is the expression squared. Instead of x squared, it's the expression squared. At this point, what could x be that would make that true? X could be a 2, right? 2 plus 3 is equal to a positive 5. But what else would go there that would make it equal to a negative 5? And the answer is a negative 8. But instead of just writing down those two answers, this is what we're going to be expecting out of you. Be able to write two different equations that set up both possible answers. If the answer is plus or minus 5, well, let's solve it, and let's do it this way. Subtract 3 from both sides, and you get the answers 2. Well, duh, right? 2 plus 3 is equal to positive 5. Subtract 3, x is equal to negative 8. Oh yeah, because negative 8 plus 3 is equal to a negative 5. So instead of your answers being a positive and a negative of the same answer, they could be different answers. There could be one positive, one negative, that they're not the same number, but they could be like this. And we'll see an example in the second video of like that. So I'm going to do one more example in this video, and if you're feeling ready, you can jump right into the assignment. Otherwise, I will have another shorter video with more examples. All right, so example 1. 2x plus 7 squared is equal to 81. Step 1. We can have our step 1 over here. Oh, I forgot to finish our steps. We'll do that right now. Get the expression squared alone. It is. There's nothing else on that side, right? There's no like plus anything or whatever. Done. Check. Square root both sides to get rid of that squaring. I will do that. Square root both sides, that goes away. And what's the square root of 81 when you're solving for x? You have plus or minus answers. So in this case, the square root of 81 is plus or minus 9. And then at this point, I've made my railroad track way too long because what could x possibly be to make that true? Now you could probably process through this. Then you're going to set up two equations if you need. And remember, this would be a good time if I'm writing too fast. You could pause this right here, catch your notes up, and then resume the video. So let's go back down here. Now we need to figure out what is x. Right now I can already tell you if I put in a 1 there, usually the positive number is easiest. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 7 is 9, done. So x could be 1. But I do really, really, really want you to separate this out into 2 equations. Your math teachers in the future will thank you. 7 is equal to negative 9. And you solve it. Subtract 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. How do I get x by itself? Divide both sides by 2. So x is 1, right? Because that makes sense. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 7 is positive 9. Well, what could x be to make it a negative 9? Subtract 7. Divide both sides by 2. Negative 8. And does that make sense? 2 times a negative 8 is negative 16, plus 7 is a negative 9. So negative 8 and 1 are your 2 answers, and you'll type both of those answers in.